A Wednesday morning in Charlotte, North Carolina, October. The air still warm enough to leave windows cracked. A kitchen table with two chairs pulled out. One has a jacket draped over the back. The other has a booster seat strapped to it. A woman sits between them, 34 years old, two kids at daycare right now. A stack of envelopes in front of her, some opened, some not. 7 weeks ago, her husband was alive. He worked in warehouse logistics. Good job, steady. 58,000 a year. She works part-time at a dental office. 19,000. Together, 77,000. They were not rich. They were not struggling. They were the kind of family that had enough as long as nothing changed. Something changed. And the envelopes on the table are the first language the world uses to explain what that change actually costs. The jacket on the chair still smells like him. The envelopes do not care. The first one is from the funeral home, $9,400. That is what it cost, not the median, not the national average. The actual number for the casket she picked, because the cheaper one looked like it came from a warehouse and she could not do that to him. The national median for a funeral with viewing and burial is $8,300. According to the National Funeral Directors Association 2023 data, at a vault, and the median hits 9,995. She did not know any of this 7 weeks ago. Nobody walks around knowing the price of caskets. She paid with a credit card. The interest rate on that card is 22%. The second envelope is from the mortgage company. Their monthly payment is $1,840. The median mortgage payment in the United States as of early 2026 is $2,061 a month, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. Theirs is a little under that because they bought in Charlotte before 2022, when rates were lower. But the payment does not adjust for the fact that the person who earned 75% of the household income is gone. The mortgage does not know he died. It just knows the first of the month. She can cover about $1,100 a month on her own. The gap between what she earns and what the house costs is $740 every month, starting now. The kitchen is quiet. The fridge hums. The stack of envelopes is not getting smaller. The third number is daycare. Two kids, both under 5. The national average cost of center-based childcare is $1,230 per month per child, according to World Population Review 2026 data. In North Carolina, it runs lower. Call it $1,000 per kid, $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year on a $19,000 salary. That math does not work. It does not come close to working. She has not opened the fourth envelope yet. I should say, I am not a financial advisor. I am not a licensed insurance agent. This is just what I found when I started looking into how this actually works. The exposed math when one income disappears and there is no policy in place. Because I wanted to understand the real sequence, not the summary. And the sequence is what gets you, not one big number, a line of them. Each one arriving on its own schedule. Each one assuming the old household income is still there. She does one thing right in the first 2 weeks. She calls Social Security because someone at the funeral home mentions it. A surviving spouse with children under 16 can receive survivor benefits. According to the Social Security Administration, a surviving spouse caring for a child under 16 gets 75% of the deceased worker's benefit amount. Each eligible child also gets 75%, but there is a family maximum. Social Security caps the total a family can receive at between 150 and 180% of the worker's benefit, depending on the worker's earnings history. For a worker who earned $58,000 a year, the total monthly survivor benefits for the family after the cap might land somewhere around $2,200 to $2,600 a month. The exact number depends on years worked and earnings history. That sounds like a lot. Until you add it to her $19,000 a year, divide by 12, and hold it next to the bills. Her take-home is roughly $1,580 a month. Add the survivor benefits. Call it $4,000 a month total. The mortgage is $1,840. Daycare is $2,000. That is $3,840 just for shelter. And childcare, she has $160 left for food, for gas. for the credit card that now carries a $9,400 funeral balance at 22% interest. Nobody teaches you this arithmetic. Not in school, not at the bank, not at the kitchen table until the kitchen table is where you learn it. She starts applying for full-time work, but full-time work means more daycare. More daycare means more cost. The system creates a loop. You need income to afford care. You need care to earn income. She is not lazy. She is not disorganized. She is caught in a structure that was never designed for one adult, with 2 children and no safety net. I thought I understood how this worked before I looked at the numbers. I was off by a lot. The gap between what people think happens and what actually happens is not small. It is the size of a house. This is the part I sat with the longest. By month 6, she lists the house, not because she wants to, because $1,840 a month on $160 of margin is not a decision. It is a countdown. She sells it. After the remaining mortgage balance and closing costs, she walks away with about $41,000. That is the equity from 5 years of payments in a Charlotte market, where median home prices rose from roughly $295,000 in 2020 to over $400,000 by 2025, according to Zillow data. It goes into a savings account. It will last about 14 months if she is careful, if nothing else breaks, if no one gets sick, if the car holds. Now here is what $41,000 looks like from the other side. A 35-year-old woman in good health, non-smoker, can get a $500,000 20-year term life insurance policy for approximately $23 to $29 a month, according to Policy Genius 2024 rate data. A 35-year-old man with a similar profile pays roughly $25 to $35 a month for the same coverage. That is the actual range, not the number people think. According to LIMRA and Life Happens 2025 Insurance Barometer Street, UDI, about 3 in 4 Americans overestimate the cost of term life insurance. Adults under 30 overestimate it by 10 to 12 times. They think it costs $200, $300 a month. It can cost less than a single streaming subscription. The average American household spends $69 a month on streaming video services alone, according to a 2026 Deloitte Digital Media Trends. Street Duty. Add music, add cloud storage, add the apps you forgot you are paying for. The average across all digital subscriptions is $84 a month, according to a 2026 Deposit Accounts analysis. A $500,000 term life policy for a healthy 35-year-old costs about a third of that. She did not know that. Her husband did not know that. According to LIMRA's 2025 Insurance Barometer Street UDI, 47% of Americans say they would have trouble paying living expenses within 6 months of their primary wage earner's death, nearly half, and only 51% of American adults report having any life insurance at all. The gap between the people who would be in trouble and the people who have coverage is not a gap. It is the foundation under half the houses in the country, and it is not there. You have probably done this, laid in bed at night, stared at the ceiling, run a number in your head that you did not finish because finishing it felt worse than not knowing. That is not a financial planning problem. That is the sound of a question you are not asking out loud, because the answer might change what you do tomorrow morning. Nobody pressured her. Nobody sold her anything. There was no moment where a salesman in a gray suit sat across from her, and she said no. The product just never entered the conversation. Almost a quarter of Americans say they have not purchased life insurance because they do not know how much they need or what type to buy. According to LIMRA's 2025 data, it is not rejection, it is absence. The door was never opened. She did not fail. The information failed to reach her. Now, I am not telling anyone to do any of this, but there are levers that exist in the system right now, and they are not complicated. First lever, a term life insurance policy, not whole life term. It covers a set number of years. 20 years is common. It pays out a fixed amount if the covered person dies during that term. A healthy 35-year-old non-smoker can typically get a $500,000 policy for roughly $25 to $30 a month, depending on gender and health class. Some people use online comparison platforms to see multiple quotes side by side. No single platform is the right one. The point is that the quotes exist and they are free to look at. Second lever, the coverage amount. Some people use a formula. Take the primary earner's annual income, multiply by 10. Others adjust for specific debts. The mortgage balance estimated childcare cost over the years until the youngest is in school, final expenses. There is no single right number, but there is a wrong number, and it is zero. Third lever, employer group life insurance. 55% of working adults say they have life insurance through their employer, according to LIMRA's 2025 data. The catch is that employer coverage typically equals 1 to 2 times your annual salary. For the logistics worker making $58,000, that is $58,000 to $116,000, against a stack of envelopes that adds up to more than $200,000 over 5 years. That does not close the gap. Some people add a personal term policy on top. Fourth lever, Social Security survivor benefits. They exist, they help, but they are not enough on their own. And the application process is not automatic. You file at your local Social Security office. You need the death certificate. You need the deceased's Social Security number. The Social Security one-time death benefit is $255. That is not a typo, $255. It has not been adjusted since 1954. The monthly benefits are more substantial, but they take time to process, and they do not replace a full income. There is a version of this story where the logistics worker had a policy. Call it $27 a month, $324 a year. In 5 years, that is $1,620 total. And in that version, when the envelopes arrive at the kitchen table, there is a check for $500,000 already in process. The mortgage gets paid off, the daycare gets covered, the $41,000 in equity stays in the house, because the house stays in the family. The grief is the same, the math is not. $27 a month is less than most people pay for a single streaming service they watch twice a week. That is not advice. That is the distance between two versions of the same kitchen table. The light in the kitchen is still on, one chair is empty. The envelopes are still there.